Hello, guys. I'm happy to have you here again. And I want to talk about Ukrainian TTRPG communities today with four beautiful people here. They are all really good people and founders of many communities in Ukraine, which spread Ukrainian culture of TTRPGs and classic Ukrainian culture to the world with their games and their community. So today we have Tatiana Sopova. She is a co-creator of In-Room community, and she's from Lviv. Next is Voitenko Serhiy. He's owner and co-founder of first TTRPG only club in Kiev, Play Hard, and Mikita Klemenov, who is a director of TTRPG convention DiceCon in Lviv, Ukraine, which was held the year before and will be this year too. Yes, a DM, GM, and storyteller of 19 years experience and a great person. Alexander Lazarenko is a co-creator of Kids and Dice community, which organizes many TTRPGs events in Kyiv, and active member of TTRPGs communities, all of them, because I know him as a guy who helps all. And he's a co-author of Spirits and Monsters of Mythic Ukraine. So today we will talk about how Ukrainian communities of TTRPGs developed, how they came to life in some our Ukrainian cities, and how they developed through the war, and how they live, strive, and survive, and develop. So I would like to start with Tatiana Sopova, if you are ready.
Okay.
Can you please tell us about In-Room?
Yeah, sure. I discovered the TTRPG about 5 years ago. I'm working at a board game club till now, so this was like my start with TTRPG, and I played different systems. This became my hobby, and I wanted to spread it all over Lviv and more. So after the invasion, there was a moment in our club. We gathered the community of Lviv, our clients, together, and it feels like the moment when everybody needs some place to communicate with about this hobby. So I can say that I was at the right moment and at the right time. So I became a co-creator of this community. This community is founded 2 years ago, about this time actually in May. And this more like online platform for playing and for communicating with players all over Ukraine. We have a big Discord, and players can speak there, play there also, and we had a few online festivals, which was with donations too, and we saw this growing last 2 years, growing of the community and the passion of the players to learn more. So we try to help with this. We try to translate in Ukrainian with in the right way. So we're asking the authors of different systems if we can translate to Ukrainian community, and also we're organizing some online events to gather all players together. So, and actually I was helping with organizing the offline event in Lviv, which I think Mikita will tell a little bit later, the DiceCon.
Mhm.
So I'm very happy to be here because this is my first. This is my first like present in this festival. And
First, but we hope not the last.
yeah, me too. Thank you.
We are happy to have you here. Thank
And
you.
I want to say that there is an auction in this festival, and there is our
Mhm.
animal pin with a Indrium logo. It's like a dice with a dragon that reminds the symbol of Ukraine.
That's really kind of you to give us a lot for an auction. And I should say about it that yes, we have a charity auction to raise money for medical supplies for Ukraine to save lives. And you, all guys who watches it now, you can, I guess, now see the link in our chat. To our charities to become a part of our fundraising and to have save some lives. And of course, you can win a lot in auction. And there are lots of lots, so something can be really interesting for you. We ask you kindly to go to our Discord and see what you could find there, because like I said earlier, I know that we have many loot goblins in our community, so I guess you can find some good loot there. Good, thank you, Tatiana. I guess we can now turn to Mikita to tell us a little bit more about FunCon. Sorry, DiceCon.
So I don't know. Would you like to me to speak more about the DiceCon convention, the tabletop RPG convention, or maybe role-playing games or tabletop role-playing games in our town in Lviv in general? What would you like me to start with?
I guess that games on Lviv really led to this festival, so you can share it with us.
Yeah. So let's say we have been I've known people who've been playing tabletop role-playing games in Lviv. This is a city in the western part of Ukraine near the border with Poland. We have I've known people who've played like Dungeons and Dragons for maybe 25 years now. So even in 2001, 2002, there was people, or maybe even 99, there were some people already running some games, but these were like very small groups, like one dungeon master and 3 players, and that who knew nobody else. So nobody knew any other dungeon masters, knew any other players. It was all like very small pockets of small communities, and I just we're living in a very weird time now, but on some level we're living in a very privileged time because we have access to everything. Because in the 90s, in the early 2000s, you could not even get the rules for Dungeons and Dragons or for Vampire the Masquerade because there was no official translation into Ukrainian or Russian. There was no official licensing to publish and sell in Ukraine. There was no Amazon even at this time, and there was no drive-through RPG. So the only way we got the books, the physical books, is if somebody traveled to England or to the United States and there bought one book and brought it with them back, and then it showed everyone like a treasure. or
like one book to rule them all.
yes, something like that. Or we looked for answers in the forums online. But now it's so much better. Like we have rules for many role-playing games officially translated into Ukrainian and published officially. We can legally buy them finally online as PDF on TTRPG or on other websites, and we can even order them to be shipped to Ukraine at a more reasonable price than it was 20 years ago. So we're finally part of the international community, and it feels awesome. Like I remember how it was back then, and I see how now we can have online conventions on Discord and talk to people, and like when we did Roleplay Ukraine a year ago, I ran 2 games for English speaking players, and even on Reddit we can now, like, looking for group, the LFG community, we can, like, I just found some people and ran some Dark Heresy for them for 2 years, and it's awesome.
That's nice. I should say that we in Kyiv say that Lviv is an official D&D capital of Ukraine. And I know that Dungeons and Dragons made a big change in Lviv and brought many people together. I know that they are interested in many other systems, of course, in many other books. But is it true that Dungeons and Dragons made community get together?
If I may, so it's true in many ways. First of all, just people getting together, getting to know each other, making friends in Dungeons and Dragons and in other role-playing games is a fact of life. Like we're finding new friends through the games. 2, there are now several tabletop role-playing game clubs in Lviv, and it's awesome that we just have places where you can physically go and play and with just random people and get to know them. And 3, the third thing is that we have to remember that we are in a state of war, and when in the first year, when everyone was very confused, when everyone was very nervous, sometimes the games helped us to deal with the stress. Like, for example, this cup, this mug I have as a present from my colleagues at work, and it says Dungeon Master. So the story is very short and very simple, but very sweet. That a lot of tech companies, American tech companies, have software developers in Ukraine. They hire from Ukraine and they stay working in Ukraine remotely. And I was working in one of those companies in 2022, and we relocated people from Kyiv to Lviv when the full-scale war began. And like we had like maybe 20 people who were lost, who were not in their home, who were always worried about their loved ones, and we needed something to lift up our spirits and to just get away from the stress for a while. And what I did is I started running Dungeons and Dragons for my colleagues who moved to Lviv, and all of them are telling me that this was a very useful and peaceful time for them to get some positive emotions and to get some victories and to get some justice in a game that gave them the energy to continue doing stuff in real life. And they gave me this mug as a present after that.
Oh, this is so sweet. Thank you for sharing. I know that Serhiy also went through times like this, and he knows a lot about how to save mental health through TTRPGs. And can you share about your community history, about our wartime period?
Yeah, of course. Thank you. Play Hard is like 12 years old now. So it was founded like in 2013 or 12. And this was like a first community-based club in Kiev for TTRPGs, actually. So we had some clubs with like only board games, tabletop games, and war games, I think. But for TTRPGs only, there was no place there we can like sit peacefully in one room and to play the game. And we started with D&D 2, but this wasn't D&D 5. It was D&D 3.5, and some old guys played like first and second editions. But actually, Play Hard was always the club where a lot of systems, a lot of settings are growing. Even not only we are not only using some settings, we're creating some settings, some local settings, and the Architerica actually was born in Play Hard. Thanks a lot to Anton for this game, and we are proud to say that the home of Architerica is in Play Hard, and our hearts are with them. So the club was founded before the war started, actually, and then some crazy stuff was going on in our Ukraine, and years have passed, and we were closed for these 12 years only for 2 months. The first was in COVID times for 1 month, and the second one was after full invasion in February, March, and in April we was already opened.
So when Russia was still launching missiles to Kyiv, and alerts happened every day, all the day, it didn't stop you from traveling to another world in TTRPGs?
Not a lot of people were here. I was here, and a lot of other great people, great game masters, great players were here. My friends that are soldiers now or were then wanted to play, even when they had a lot of work, when they had not have no sleep, had no sleep actually, but they wanted to play. I remember the stories about Tolkien and his love for proto TTRPGs, for his war friends, for recovering from this trauma. So I think that TTRPGs are a great therapeutical method for people around. And Nikita, you're absolutely right about France. We have we had a lot of new people from the east of Ukraine in 2014, and then we had more now. So they are leaving their homes, they have no friends and community around them. And first that they are looking is for a friendly hobby, a hobbying place, a club with some area of peace and joy in this moment. So we are providing this joy, we are providing this safe place for them. And I think it's our mission not to be a commercial organization, but be a social organization for just a platform for people who wants local gaming development and local gaming at all in Kiev. So I'm glad that we have so much game masters, so much players, like more than 50 of them of game master and people. So great guys and girls, thank you for your support and donate for our medical supplies, please.
Thank you for sharing, and thank you for reminding us that this festival can be real, can be happening because our Ukrainian defenders save our peace and let us to live our lives and to develop TTRPG culture in Ukraine and spread it to all the world. And I want to ask Alexander Lazarenko, who is from Cats and Dice community, where I am from too. Well, actually, I'm a co-creator. It is a little bit strange asking you, but today you are here to share with our people from all the world, what is the Cats and Dice community and how it helps to save us our mental health, and about community role in fundraising also.
Yeah, thank you for inviting me. And we've just seen each other like a week ago when we've made our spring event with a lot of players and games, but I will tell about it a bit later. I will give you a brief history of our community. We were Kyiv branch of the huge fandom of one of the streaming TTRPG streaming channels, which were they were playing in Russian D&D and other games. And when the full-scale invasion happened, unfortunately, they could not continue to stream because it's quite difficult to stream in the language of the people who came to kill you and to destroy your country. So the channel was terminated and we were on our own. But since the first week of the fix of their invasion, we were such support of each other, not just in the mental plan, but also we were gathering some medicines, sharing the information because it was the whole mess around. So we've decided to just to continue communicating and making our own community. And it was actually the whole celebration of democracy. We were debating and voting for our new name. But somewhere behind the curtains, everyone knows what our name is gonna be, because like the cornerstone of our mental health at our community was the photos of our cats and dogs and rats and snails and lizards and all other pets that we had. So it was chosen the Cats and Dice, and because we love cats and other pets, and we are role players as well. But you can follow the priorities in our name. So the cats first, dice second. Yeah,
because cats rule them all.
Yeah, because cats rule them all. And we were making the offline events. We've had two before the full-scale invasion, and then we've tried to make another one. And since everyone wanted to support those in need, we also at these charitable parts, we were fundraising and making auctions with different trophies from TTRPG communities, like some exclusive pieces of like magazines or books. We had people who traveled abroad, had signed some copies of, for example, Call of Cthulhu from their authors. Bring it back, and then we sell it and raise money for the charity. So yeah, and by now we had like around maybe 10 events, 3 per year, growing every time, I hope so. And like just last week we had our spring event, which I were mentioned, and we had around 100 people, 17 games, 15 game masters, also the fundraising and the lecture from Anton Relict, which you're gonna hear in few hours here as well. The great story of first Ukrainian Kickstarter TTRPG Kickstarter project. So yeah, something like that. We were just hanging out, doing our best to support each other, to gather people from their basements, to see not just heads and shoulders, but also the people in their full height. Because that's the story we were playing online mostly, and it is so interesting to see the people in real life. I've seen my game master who ran around 30 sessions for us, and he's so tall. I never imagined him like that, because I've seen just the head at the webcam. So yeah.
Okay. Alexander, talking about basements, when Cats and Dice wasn't Cats and Dice, we met like in ordinary way in some buildings, and with a full-scale war, we came into basements to set up our meetups, and can you tell us more about -1 and -2nd floor that was on our last?
Actually, we were quite lucky, because hopefully most of TTRPG or just tabletop clubs are located in the basement, so partially they fulfilled the safety requirement, and so you should not stop your event during the air alarm. Like today we had like 3 of them, and it would be a nightmare to stop your game, like playing Call of Cthulhu or some huge atmospheric game, or like you are in the middle of the battle with the blue dragon, and then the air alarm comes, and you have to stop and hide somewhere. And we found the place. It's a new club, the huge one, with the -1st and -2nd floor. So we were super happy when we entered there. Even there was even it was on the construction stage, so the renovation was not over yet, but we've seen it, and it was like the love from the first sight.
Maybe we can see the video of this beautiful dungeon, a video of Cats and Dice meetup.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. So
Okay, I
was,
guess we're back
like
now.
that. Yeah, I've ran like maybe 20 floors up and down in this dungeon. The whole day we're just running on the stairs, but it was really fun, and this new place, I just love it. Yep.
Yes, and we are really, really grateful to publishing Geekach for letting us to make a convention there, because it was really helping for us to feel more confident and less stressful about missiles falling up to our heads and to our city. So it was a really comfortable place, and it's not the only video that we have, because we can also watch a video about DiceCon.
Yeah, it should. Should I say?
You can, yes, please tell us a little bit more about this before we watch this video.
Yeah. So basically, somebody else came up with an idea that we have Comic-Con, right? And we have Comic-Con in Ukraine. We have anime festivals. We have all kinds of festivals. Like board game festivals. We have wine and cheese and festivals and coffee festivals. We don't have a festival or a convention for tabletop role-playing games. And somebody thought, let's do one. And then a bunch of people got together in Lviv, so in my town, and then said, hey, there's this idea. And I joined the group. And somehow, when I looked to the left and looked to the right, I found out that I am the director. So I was the last person to say no, basically. But yeah, eventually we organized it. So we held it last year on the 1st of September, 2023. And we are going to do it again this year on the 1st of September, 2024. And it's called Dice.
Guys, come up.
You're all invited to come. Actually, if anyone hearing us abroad from the countries of Europe, and you have the ability to travel, and if you are brave enough, we are inviting you to come and visit. We will have a couple of games in English as well. So just to make the long story short, it is a convention. It lasts 2.5 days in a large location. We have like 20 or 30 tables where we run games, and last time we ran 80 something game sessions in 3 days. Mostly Dungeons and Dragons, but there was also Vampire the Masquerade, there was also Vezan, there was also Call of Cthulhu, and everything. And we also have lectures and roundtables where people share knowledge, and we had a music, some musicians perform, and we had some food. And you can see how it went, basically, in the video, the DiceCon 2023 video.
So let's jump to the video.
So basically, this is how we do it. This is how we have fun, and we share knowledge, and we play games in Lviv, even during wartime. And we are, during that festival, we were also collecting donations for medkits to save lives of people.
This is really awesome. I guess that for Ukrainian people during all this hard war and seeing awful news every day and donating every day and working for our victory, such festivals, such meetups are really helping to get us together, get us stronger, and to live our lives no matter what, because the main thing about Ukrainian people, I guess, it is about believing in our future and to making this future happen. So I'm really, really grateful that you guys came here today and shared your experience with us. It is really impressive, and I feel a big love. So I guess maybe we have some questions in our chat now. Be free to ask anything you want, guys.
Yeah, and
I see in chat that
want to remind everyone who are watching us now that Roleplay Ukraine is also a charitable festival, and the whole money which will raise here will go for the medical supplies. So feel free to donate and to become a part of our charitable giveaway. So there are a lot of great prizes there. And you will make a great deed with your donation.
Okay, I see in our chat that somebody wants to Alexander to show your cat.
If you want to see me on our next meetup, unfortunately, I can't hold him because he weighs like 15 kilograms, and he's really mad at everyone. He's hissing and raging all the time. So yeah, thank you. I could send you his photo if you want.
In private.
Yeah, sure.
You can be a part of our Cats and Dice community, but the thing is that we speak Ukrainian there. So if you study Ukrainian, maybe
photos of cats has no language at all, and you can understand it. Well, I can try to show you it on my webcam, but I believe the quality of His Majesty will be not satisfiable enough. So yeah, just join our community and you will see him.
Okay, I see that people here say that those are really lovely events, and I think this is actually true because it was a great opportunity for people to remember that they are alive, that they can live their life and play thousands of stories, and all this helps us Ukrainians to to get together. And I'm really grateful that our communities in these times get together too. And I see a big part of joining is in helping people live through the war. And I should remind that if you want to help Ukrainians, to help lives, please join us. Please donate for medical supplies.
and visit DiceCon in Lviv. Lviv is relatively safe. So, and there will be a basement, I hope. Yeah, any TTRPG club with the basement is safe.
Yes, and you don't have to be brave enough, like really brave to be in Lviv, because it's much safer place in Ukraine than other places. And Lviv is a very welcoming town, so we will be really happy to see you there.
Yeah,
so
and
well,
also I believe it's time to announce our next guest. Yes, Julia?
Okay, the next guest will be in 10 minutes. So I guess we are like finishing this now. The next guest will be Daria Igorova, who is a real graphic design wizard of TTRPGs in Ukraine. So stay here, don't go away, don't go anywhere, and you will see beautiful presentation and hear a beautiful chat with a beautiful person, which I really adore. Thank you for your attention. Thank you guys that you came here and shared about your communities.
Well, thank you for inviting, and don't miss the next session with Daria, because she's like a guru of TTRPG design in Ukraine. I believe you will see some of your games in future on the short lists of some design awards. Hope so.
Thanks for
Okay.
your attention.